Wholeness, beautiful beings, welcome to my space, my place. This is Rashida Silvertree here, and today's topic is about love. Um, you know, a lot of the time, I had a one of my viewers made a comment in one of his responses to one of my videos, um, and I was inspired. You know, a lot of the time when we hit a rough patch in a romantic relationship with somebody or a friendship with someone, a connection that we valued, and just over time, it just kind of untethers and it falls apart, it dies. And we're left heartbroken or bitter or resentful, and deep sadness and regret. I mean, so on and so forth. Let me take my ID off. Oh my gosh. It's been a long week. I will say this. That feeling. It's like, I'll never do it again. I am done with you, love. I am done with you, romance. I am done with you. You love you. I can't stand you. And we can make that promise, right? We almost curse ourselves, right? To protect ourselves. We curse ourselves to protect ourselves. And that might be a video right there. That might just be another video, because that's something I want to explore as well, when we curse ourselves. But let's focus on love. When we make this promise, I am done with love. Who says that love is done with us? Who says love is done teaching us, that love is done bringing things to our attention, that love is done healing what needs to be healed? Who says this? Who makes that call? We think we make that call. We put up our walls. We put up our boundaries. We put up our self-preservation. We put up our egos. We put up blocks. We put up all kinds of things, maybe even booby traps, to keep people and things and situations away from us, to keep ourselves safe. And I have done that before, and it's actually to your detriment, to be quite honest with you. As a middle-aged woman, I will say, and from my human experience, I will say, keeping yourself, I guess, pure. Because anytime you are in the middle of a divorce, okay, like a divorce is a wonderful example, because it's probably one of the most painful experiences for any monogamous long-term marriage, right? Any kind of separation. But there's something very visceral about divorce, and between two people that have made this commitment to not only between themselves, but to each other's family, to their children, if there are any, to their extended family members, to their community, to their friends, to their, even on a much wider scale, like to their state, their country, their society itself, to their government, right? Because it's a marriage contract is a signed business financial agreement, right? It just is. That's why people marry, to blend their lives together, to blend their finances, and to protect themselves financially. That's a benefit. It can be a benefit, not a con. Specifically for people who make, really good living, making more than 6 figures a year, it behooves you to protect your finances. And not to say, just a prenuptial agreement. I'm saying you have, let's say, 2.5 kids, or 3 or 4 or 5 kids, or let's just say it is a blended family where, they have 3 kids, you have 2 kids, you fall in love, you make this commitment, and you come together. Marriage, make sure that everybody's covered, that something happens to one spouse, everybody is getting something, if there's something to get, right? If you play your cards right, if you're staying on top of paperwork and documentation and notarization and All these things are very, very important. If you're going to get married, you make sure that you have wills in place, you make sure that you have trusts in place. People always say, oh, you need a lot of money to do this, and I think that that's false. I think it's smart if you are bringing in an income of, over 6 figures or $500,000 or more than that. It's just really critical for anybody to have that has that type of money to, get married. And that way you protect those assets. But people who don't make that much, and that's fine. You make less and you live comfortably, you're happy, you're content with your career, or however you're bringing in the cash. Still you want to protect what you leave behind if there's anything that's left behind, okay? Like for me, I don't have much. All right, I don't. That's not, and when I leave this world, I want to leave this world on high, meaning that I'm not worried about, oh my gosh, this property or this or that or this or that. If I'm even have the gift of preparing, for a death, right? Some people don't have that luxury. They just, boom, gone. Other people have a bit more time, but I want to stay on topic here because, that's how I'm just sharing my personal view on marriage and in society, whether you're Jewish or Christian, Muslim, Hindu, doesn't matter. But when you sign that contract that's observed by the law wherever you live in the world, it's a sad day when that falls apart. Because it just uproots all that is rooted, and it uproots it makes you question your foundation, your fundamental values of who you are and why you live the way you live, and why you chose the person that you chose to build your life with, to build that foundation or to build on that foundation with. And it's very heartbreaking. You don't want to love again. You don't want to get married again. You don't want to do it all over again. You don't have to be married to, or in the season of divorce or separation to feel that. I felt that. I feel that at times. I've been in, I would say multiple relationships, not too many. Okay, I am quite reserved. Without giving out too much personal information. I am not one. I go long stretches of time without being involved with people, and to my detriment, right? I think, because it's like you make that promise, I'll never do this again, and you don't do it again. You don't fall in love. You don't make that time for people, and all of a sudden boom, it's like the universe source finds a way to get you to open again. It's one thing to separate and to divorce and to break up, and you do the work to remain open. And it's a whole nother thing when you separate, divorce, break up, and you close yourself off. You will meet someone new. You will meet someone new, whether you want to or not, and most likely not. The very fact when we close our love off and we promise to the universe, to God, Jesus, Allah, Yeshua, Buddha, one of the Hindu gods, right? Or the universe, like when we close ourselves off, we're literally knocking on the door of love, saying, hey, I need help. I need to learn to love again. And love is like, say less. And so it's like we're thinking, oh, I'm going to keep myself safe. This isn't going to happen to me again. And a year goes by, another 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And I'm talking about specifically those individuals that are just like on protection mode. I'm done. I've been so hurt. I've been destroyed by this. I lost everything. And it's like it's your soul. It's like your soul is saying, excuse me, hi, hey, I'm here to love. I don't know what you're doing, human ego. I don't know what you're doing, human spirit, but I'm soul, hello, and I'm here to love. I'm here to bask in the glory and the divinity of all that is, which is love. You cannot deny this to me. And so we have this deep wanting. When we close ourselves off, it's actually like a deep wound that's screaming out saying, I just want to be loved. I just want to be accepted. I just want this to be freaking easy. Why is it so hard? But I want it now. I want that for myself. But I'm so depleted. I have nothing left. Everything was taken and I gave my all. And they gave nothing, or they gave me too much of the wrong stuff. And my cup is full or my cup is empty. We make all these, narrations, stories, and the universe comes a knocking. Love is just like, I'm coming, I'm on my way, and you will not see me coming. And boy, do I got a good plan for you. And what tends to happen is that we will, we fall for it every single time. We fall for it. And what's so funny is that some people will get married, have a horrible marriage, an abusive marriage, right? Because to me, you don't necessarily have to sign your name on a piece of paper to marry somebody. This is my personal belief. You may not be in agreement of it, but this is my personal belief. I believe when a man or woman or whoever you choose to lie with, and you have sexual intercourse with them, right? You make love with them, right? You open yourself to them. They open themselves to you, because that act to me is you're opening your inner worlds to another person's inner world. And when you sync those worlds together, you are marrying them. You're marrying them. You yoke together into one. That's one thing in the Christian faith I find so beautiful when they talk about marriage, is like it's one. It's like this unification of God, you, and the other, and it's just this beautiful, beautiful connection, or beautiful union. And so that's how I view it. That's marriage to me. You can sign your name on a line, but that's more of a business financial contract, saying to society, I take this very seriously and I'm blending my life with somebody. Or you can just do you, move in together, cohabitate, and live your life. And, but either way, you're marrying your energy to another's energy when you have sex, when you make love, okay? When you are F-U-C-K, okay? I'm trying to keep this at least PG-13. Yeah, and so where I was going somewhere, but I'm going to find my way. So yes, when we close ourselves off to the universe says, oh, you really need love. You can't love is like, you can't separate yourself from me. And people will spend a whole lifetime thinking they got away. But yet, it comes right back around, because I believe to a certain extent in reincarnation, to a certain extent. I can make another video on that. Where, you don't learn the lessons that you need to learn in this life. They manifest in different lives until you learn the lesson. And people will spend their whole life, if they're closed off, closed off from love, then it just comes back. It keeps coming back. Like, I think of Christmas Carol, or A Christmas Carol, that movie, that story I love it. I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't get lost in the whole pagan hoopla, or I should say commercial Christianity in the celebration of Christmas. When I went over to Europe for the first time and I saw how the Europeans get down with Christmas, it changed my whole perspective. I was like, oh, this is how Christmas is supposed to be. This is how you celebrate, that holiday. But anyway, I digress. Back to what happens when you close yourself off. Sometimes you close yourself off and you build an illusion around yourself. You build an illusion of protection around yourself. and you put on rose-colored glasses, and you don't, everything looks rosy. Everything looks like the same color. And what happened to me is that's it. You know, when the universe sends you someone to break that illusion, you fall for it, right? Because you falsify, you say, oh, everything's one and the same, and I'm just living my life, and I'm at peace with myself, and I'm protected, I'm good, I'm Gucci, I'm, you know. And you meet someone, and that someone isn't truly meant for you, and it usually it goes pretty fast, right? And but they break that mold, they break that illusion, and then you're left with having to learn the powerful lesson of you must remain open, you must remain connected when when relationships end. And I'm not saying, meaning you got to go out and date people and sleep with people and have one night stands or get married or find the one, or obsessively focus on manifesting that one true person. No, I'm saying it is an opportunity. A loss is an opportunity. A divorce is an opportunity. A breakup is an opportunity. Endings are opportunities for you to explore the depth of what that openness is, and it is profound. It is bottomless. It is topless. It is infinite. Have I had moments with that? Of course I have. Do I desire to expand on that? Of course I do. Do I experience it right now? I'm going to be quite honest with you. I'm in such a career focused mode. You know, I do the best I can with my meditations, in my spiritual practices, but it's just right now, it's all about simplifying and organizing, to be honest, and just making sure things are clean and simple and easy to just kind of flow in my life. I want my life to just emulate just a simple life, because I deal with a lot of complex energy. When you're doing service work with human beings, you're dealing with their complexities, and not everyone's doing what you're doing. Not everyone's managing how you're managing. Not everyone's open or trying to practice openness like you are. Many people are closed off. I have a colleague of mine that this person's very, very closed, and I can feel pain. I can feel anger, when in every interaction. It's nothing personal towards me, but it's something she carries. And I don't know her full story. I'm not gonna, I can read energies on people, but only when I feel I'm guided to do so. I think it's very pervasive to do that when energy readers read people without their permission, and they're doing it I think, as an egoic high. I've met many people like that. Ooh, I can tell you that, ooh, you're going through this. Ooh, I see your heart is blocked. Why are you carrying this from so long ago? Oh, look at the color of your aura. Or look at the gunkety goo you're carrying on you. I don't go, when I'm out in public and I see people struggling with this remaining open, due to whatever trauma, whatever darkness they carry that is not their own, or it is of their own making, I don't go up to them and say, hey, this is what you need to work on, or this is this is your weak link. This is what I'm seeing in your energy field. That's, to me, can cause a lot of damage to people, and cause more harm than good. I think, if anything, the most, when I'm in public and I see someone blocked, and I literally see it, I see, I don't tell them what I see or what I feel. I if anything, just show basic kindness, compassion, and respect. You don't need to bust out sage and do all this woo-woo stuff and ceremonial ritualistic practices. That's a bunch of hoopla that has its place. But when it comes to remaining open, right, to love is simple. Love is kind. It's not a complex thing. It's not this thing you gotta, burn herbs to connect with. It's not a thing you have to wear certain crystals to vibe with. It is an actual choice. That's why I kind of stopped investing so much of my money and my energy into crystals. I can show. I mean, I got two crystals, one sphere, one tower, and the sphere is called. Oh my god, I should know this. Oh, I feel bad, but it's felt. It's one of the rare ones, and it doesn't like anything around it. But it's a sphere. If you know anything about crystals, and it hits all points, right? It's a sphere. Towers, which they look like a lingam, okay, they go up, they bring energy up and down, so it's very focused energy. So I have a feminine energy in my space, and I have a masculine energy in my space. It's all about balance. So I say all this to say, if you're struggling from a breakup, divorce, separation, or you're just struggling in a marriage, right? You guys haven't yet broke that bond. Just know, use it as an opportunity to enter into the void of love. It's an opportunity for you to explore what that love is. And, do I know what love is? I think, if anything, it's a state of being. It's just is. Love is. And love is felt. Love is seen. Love is around us and in us. And it comes in so many beautiful shades, and in so many profound ways, and so many simple ways, quiet ways, silent ways. Sometimes love is loud, and just like, I love you, or someone commits, a beautiful act of love, right? So just remember this, and know that love isn't done with you. Love isn't done with you. Love is calling to you. Through your breakup, divorce, separation, love is beckoning you to come to her, right? I say her because I'm a woman, right? And I believe firmly in the feminine essence of things. We live in a very feminine essence. That's just the true essence of life to me. It's the true essence of death to me. Death is feminine, life is feminine to me, okay? As a male, I think in a male perspective, it'd be different. But that's how I vibe, and that's how I see things. But just know, like, love is not through with you. Love, if anything, is calling you to her, to embrace what's already inside you. And don't forget, love is not separate from you. That is an illusion. Love is not out there. You can't go running after it. If you're running after it, you're running after something false, and you're gonna get hurt, and you're gonna learn a lesson until you learn what love has to teach you. And, and I learned that lesson. I tried to fight. I fought and fought and fought and fought for a connection, and it was turning into warfare. And I mean, dark, demonic, shadow warfare, spiritual warfare. And I noticed at the end of it, it wasn't my war to fight. And that's the thing, that's the thing, and that's why I left. It just wasn't my war. It wasn't my battle. And I tried, because sometimes you do have to put in effort. But when it turns into a you versus them versus you, it's over. It isn't ending. And love is saying, sorry, honey, that's not it. I'm not there. That's something else. And you have to pay attention to that. You have to honor that. However painful a divorce and a separation and breakup is, I'm going to curse. It's fucking painful. There's no way around it. Because there's a lot of suffering. However, use the suffering as an opportunity to revisit love. Love is not done with you. May this message find you well and whole. And wholeness to you all. All right. Goodbye.